Thanks for tuning into this month's Superintendent Report with Dr. Warren. I'm Clover Gandy. So we're only about 3 months into the school year. What's been standing out to you?
Clover, everything has been a really good school year. How are you doing?
I'm okay. 4 AP classes, not the best choice, but...
No, that is the greatest choice you could have made. I love that you're taking 4 AP classes. How are they going?
They're okay.
Good.
Could be better, but...
Yeah. But you got wonderful teachers, right?
Yes, most definitely.
Make sure that gets on tape.
So, what's with you? What's been going on?
Clover, we've had a great, I could not be more proud of every campus we have. Now, remember, we have 28 campuses this year. We've added 2 campuses,
Ooh.
Leo Adams Middle School and Lizzie Curtis Elementary. In fact, I was just at Lizzie Curtis this morning, and every one of our 28 campuses have had just great starts to their school year. I've been very pleased.
That's great, yeah.
Everybody's very busy, just like you are. Everybody's very busy. The things that we're doing right now is, from my part of for the school district, we're gearing up for the legislative session.
Okay.
And every year I come to start these shows, we talk about how important that legislative session is. Now, before we get into that, now, you weren't part of this program last year, were you?
Well, I was, but I wasn't in the studio at all.
We
were just
Does
training.
not the studio look fantastic?
It looks fantastic. It looks great.
We actually, part of the 2017 bond, a large part of it, the special program part of it, was to redo the studio. And I can really not be more proud of how it turned out. I mean, you guys have always had, you pervade excellence with your shows. But this really does say that this program is important. This academy is important to us, just like all the rest of the other 7 academies that we have. But I'm very pleased with this.
Yeah. It took a while. I was kind of mad that we didn't get to start shows as early as I wanted to.
And I know that, but I think it's very well worth the wait, don't you?
Yes, definitely, yes.
Yeah. But anyway, we're gearing up for the legislative session, and that's very important for us. A lot of the decisions that are made in Austin affect us, and there's 3 or 4 things that are going to be very important, and I think it's very important for students to know these issues too. Especially, how old are you?
I am 16.
Okay, you're 16. A couple of years you'll be voting, and you need to, you and your classmates, especially our seniors who either are 18 and are getting ready to be 18, they really need to stay in tune with the political programs that are around and the issues that are going on. 3 or 4 things that we're going to focus on is, number 1 is accountability, academic accountability. As a junior, you're still taking tests. You're still taking state tests. We call them end-of-course exams. We don't think that one test that you take in high school should really be the accountability point of how you are as a student. We don't think that you can be graded by the state for one test that you take on one day.
Because that's difficult. That's just to go in and just take the test.
Exactly.
And that just reflect you.
I'm assuming you're a pretty good student. Would you say that?
For the most part,
yes.
Right.
But you can even have a bad day.
Yes.
So what if you have a bad day on that one test? If you're taking your English 3 test, you may just have a bad day, and
that's I don't do my best. Exactly. Yeah.
And so that's the thing that we try to talk to say. We have to have multiple measures to really gauge learning. The worth of a student, the worth of teachers, our campuses, and the district as a whole. We're going to talk about Texas school finance. I was actually in the studio talking about school finance on a Facebook Live presentation that we did. How our schools and the 1,100 other school districts get funded is very important. We have to have adequate funding to make sure we can put on programs like this, that we can have academies like this, and all the way from our babies in our elementary schools all the way through you guys, we've got to make sure our schools are adequately funded. Another very important one just for this area is transportation.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know how long it takes you to get to school?
It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes because I live in the close neighborhoods.
Do you have to pass a railroad track?
No.
A lot of our people do. A lot of our students and a lot of our parents have to, wait on trains. We have very few roads in our school district, especially the ones that go east and west. And so we're going to talk to legislators about creating better transportation infrastructure to make sure that for the future that we can all get to work, get to school adequately, easier to do that. And Clover, the last thing we're going to talk about, and we talked a lot about this last year, is making sure the legislature understands that we need added emphasis on school safety.
Oh, yes, definitely.
You, your friends, all the rest of the 24,000 kids that are in the school district, you've got to feel safe. Our teachers have to feel safe. The whole crew needs to feel safe with what they're doing, physically and mentally safe. And so we need the legislature to support those things like that to be able to, for us to just put on day-to-day operations.
And like being at school all the time, definitely, like we're here 8 hours a day, including teachers, and teachers more than not, like
Absolutely.
more than that. Exactly.
They're a lot more than that. So those are the things that, you know, we have 8 state elected leaders in this school district. We have 3 state senators, we have 5 state representatives. And so we're going to start getting information out to our parents, to our community members, so that they can contact these folks throughout the legislation. The legislative session will begin right after we get back from Christmas. So it's not very far away. And I'm actually going to sit down with a group of students in about a month. I have seniors who come to me every year from the 4 high schools, and we work on legislative issues, and I actually take them to Austin with me in the spring.
So do they get to give like input at all?
Absolutely they do. And that's why I think it's so important to have that student voice in the legislative process. Those guys down in Austin need to know the student voice.
There we go. You're right. So I've heard my teachers talking about the District of Innovation process. What exactly is that?
Clover, we are researching becoming a District of Innovation. This is a process that we go through, and probably 60 to 70% of the other school districts in the state have already done this. But Clover, you also know in Northwest ISD, we're not followers, we're leaders. So I really don't care if the other districts have done this. We're going to take our time to see if it is right for us. It is a mechanism where we can apply for, you might say, special treatment from the state. If we go through this process and we select some things that we could do. One of them that a lot of people are talking about is starting the school year earlier. By law, we can't start the school year until the last week of August. If you apply for a District of Innovation and we select ourselves as a District of Innovation, we can actually make the decision to start school a week earlier, 2 weeks earlier. That's one of the things that we can do. There's a whole list of things that we could do, and it's just kind of getting out from under some of the Texas Education Agency's regulations to be able to do that. Now, the thing for me, Clover, I don't really call starting the school year earlier innovative. So I'm not very excited about it. And I don't have a lot of parents, I don't have a lot of students telling me that we need to start earlier. That's not something that we've talked about a lot. So we have a really great committee of teachers, of principals, of parents that are on the District of Innovation Committee right now. Dr. Rob Thornell, who is our Deputy Superintendent of C&I, he is leading this, and we're going to report back to the board in a month or so to see if we're interested in this. If we are, we will select those things that we think are the very best for us. If we're not going to do it. We've got to make sure it's the best decision for us.
So is that like the only thing? Is it, excuse me, is it only timing that is included in those processes, or is there other things?
No, there's a laundry list of about 60 different things you can apply for, and that's what we're going. We're going very specifically through those lists of what TEA calls innovative, which again, I don't agree with a lot of the things that they call innovative. I think we're one of the most innovative districts in the state, and we don't have to ask permission from TEA to do so. So we'll just see how it turns out. I couldn't even guess for you, Clover, whether we will be or will not be. I've got a lot of faith in the committee that's working right now and our school board to make the right decision about that.
That's good. So are we, so if you apply to do something or to change something, are we going to like try it like?
No, you either do or you don't.
Do it? Oh, okay.
And that's what the thing is. You select these things, and if that's what you feel is best for your district, you're able to do so the next school year. If you don't want to do that, and again, a lot of the things that we call innovative are not even on this list. We just do them anyway because we think it's best for you and the other students of the school district.
Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for answering all my questions about the school district.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That's all we have for this month's report. We will see you here next time.